Hey y'all, so I'm back with another session in our Gelli JunkAdori, and this is a bit of a redo, so hang in there with me because some kind of way when I did this spread for you guys, showing this technique, I can't find the video and it's time for me to upload it. Can you believe it? I never seem to lose a video, but some kind of way I did, and I'm doing a new system here, a new way of recording, just trying to improve the quality of the videos and just having sort of greater control over them. But I lost one of them, and it was this spread. So I'm armed with my cup of coffee and all my supplies, and we're just gonna go into this again. Obviously this page is already done, so what I'm going to do is show you the elements of it, but I'm just going to do another spread. So in this one, I made these wax paper type of papers, which I'm going to show you. It's just sort of a real quick and dirty and caustic technique, because you can do this with beeswax and what have you, and an caustic method, but we're going to do it with a candle, one of these little tea light candles. So they're very easy to find and really cheap. I mean, at the dollar store, you get how many of these? 12 of them or something. So you have plenty of wax. Or if you already have an old candle or something like that, any kind of paraffin or beeswax will work. So not to worry. You might want to try to stick with a white candle or a creamy color so that it doesn't color the paper, but you can also play with colored wax and see what, how it works. So here, so we're going to redo these papers. I'm going to show you how we did that. And I also made a little rubber stamp, not a rubber stamp, a wax seal, but I did it out of, what do you call it? Glue gun. So I'll give you a little close-up of that. And this one I didn't do on camera. I'm just going to do a separate video on the little seals so you can see how I did them. They're a little tricky, but once you get them, they're pretty straightforward after that. And I like the idea of, I was just playing around in the studio a few days ago with my wax seals, because I had gotten new wax when I was in France. I got these, which I haven't used yet, but I was playing around with them. I was getting ready to use these, and I had some other wax I was wanting to play with. But before I even got to using these, which was the reason for me to do the session, I had this notion to pull my glue gun out, which was sitting there, and sort of make these little clear seals. And then I backed it with some of this antique sari that's been printed in this little dot pattern. So I put that in the wax, in the glue there. You can see that little piece of fabric there. So I was just playing around, but I really like that. It just goes with my aesthetic. I like this sort of clear and this sort of grungy seal. So I will be doing that video very soon. I'll put it over to the side so I can remember. But here are just some that I did, just using the seal. One of them was see if I can get it so that it focuses. So you can see one of them, both of these are like zeros, like O's. But this is glue gun. Now this glue stick that I have is sort of like, it's not totally clear. I'm going to order some that are clear, like crystal clear. I think those would be cool. But then this is sort of like a cloudy glue, which I'm fine with as well. So just wanted to show you all those. So we'll just go ahead and do another spread. This one just kind of flat. I used my date stamp on that. This one that I have here. You guys have seen it before. And it's just some of my papers. I made a pocket here, so I was able to slide one of these prints right in the pocket here. And with some of the packing tape, this is a different packing tape that I got when I was in France. So I'm going to show you all that roll, and I'll use some more of that. It's a slightly darker color. So basically, it was that there, and then there's a pocket here. So that became a pocket. You can see how it's clear. How the paper goes translucent. So I'm going to show you how we're doing this. All right, so let's get into action again. So before I actually do the page spread, I'm going to show you how to do these papers. And since we're doing it again, I think what I'm gonna do is see where it's trying to find the wax paper that I used before, because it's kind of nice to use it over and over again, because there'll be a wax buildup on here, and that wax buildup, you know, you can use again. So this has a little bit of color in it, because one of the pieces I had a little was this one here, and I had rubber stamped the paper with the stays on, and a little bit of it, you know, kind of moved around when I went to do the paper. So now this is the process on this painter's paper. That's pretty cool how it goes translucent with this process. So I'll show you that. It's out the way. This also, I'm going to show you, I'll redo this technique because I thought this was really cool. So this is just white drawing paper or writing paper. You see it's not translucent. You can't see anything through it. But when we waxed it, it went translucent. So you can see right through it. And what's cool about it is that it really reminds me of like mica. It really has that look of mica. So let me see if I can put my hands on my mica. I don't see it right off. I had it here. I'll just show you another time because I don't see it right here to put my hands on. But, you know, just sheets of mica. I can't find it. So this technique really mimics that. I really like that. So we'll do it on this piece here. Put that to the side. Now this is the same process on the brown paper. So you can see how you can see my hand through it there. And this is the painter's tape paper. And so we get a nice translucent with that, which I loved. So we're going to do that. And I didn't use just regular copy paper, but let's use this because I think that could be cool. And I want to use this image in my work today anyway. And so we'll do these sheets here so we can just see how this, so I can show you the technique. I'll move these out the way. So we're going to do these 3 pieces, and then we'll go into, it's over here, doing our spread. Okay, so we'll start with this one here. Actually, I don't really want this red to transfer, and it may, so I'm just going to get a clean sheet. So let's just get a clean piece of wax paper, which is right here. So just good old wax paper, deli sheets, doesn't matter, whatever you have, because let me just make this this edge a little neater. We're just capturing that wax on it. Okay, then you fold it in half so they'll be able to grab most of color. Put this in there, and just using an old pair of scissors here, and the wax. Just chop flake a lot of the wax right off onto the paper. I'm going to get a decent amount to start with. Like I said, after a while it'll build up on the paper and you won't need as much. Okay, perfect. And then, so just kind of make sure it's spread around a little bit. I'm just going to cover it. And then I'm going to use my heat gun here, but you know, you can use a hair dryer as well, will work. Oops, we're not plugged in. Okay, hold on, let me get us plugged in here. I've been doing a lot of moving around and organizing in my studio, so quite naturally things come undone. There. Okay, so you'll be able to see right on here how it'll start melting right through. Just kind of keep on moving it around. I just kind of, you know, just kind of keep moving it back and forth so that it doesn't focus on any one spot and maybe burn. So it'll just start moving around on the wax will start running also, which is nice. I just kind of keep on moving until I see all the little pieces of wax melted. And I just kind of start moving it around, just spreading it around a bit. And then I like to flip it just so we can, there's a few spaces in the beginning too, there's just a few places that the paper doesn't get totally absorbed, so then I just kind of flip it so that some of the wax that's on the wax paper can get on that paper that's not completely done. And it's really quick and easy. Okay. Okay, perfect. Done all the way through. And then what I like to do is I'll just take another piece of paper like this, and I'll just kind of, it's because this is going to go next anyway, and I just kind of like start blotting some of the wax off onto it. That way it's not this big buildup of wax on the paper. You know, we kind of want it so that it doesn't come off like extremely waxy. So I'm actually just even rubbing some of it off too, which is fine. Which is nice. So then we have that piece. You can see my hand right through it. Just went really nice and translucent. And I love working with these. So put that one to the side. So let's do this one. Now you can see this is not transparent at all. This is just a piece of writing paper. So let's do the same thing with this one. Get a good amount on here. This really amazed me how it just went not only translucent, but just how it just started looking like mica with the marks on here. So remember, this is in an earlier video that I did on if you go, for those of you who are new here on Patreon, just go back and look for the videos that I have on coffee and tea staining. And these I did out in my garden with over a lot of rusted metal pieces that that I just kind of used coffee and tea stained water, and then just let it in the sun, left it in the sun to dry, and just got all that mark making and rusted look to it. So This is just brilliant how this goes. It looks like mica. I love it. I'll be playing with more of this technique. I can just think of a lot of different ways to play with it. Just remember to just kind of, you know, move it around, fan it around so that it just doesn't stay in any one spot, but it helps to get all the pieces melted. Okay. Alrighty. Yes, this is so yummy. I love it. I'm gonna flip it over. There's a few spots there that I just want to finish getting, so let's just flip it over. More of those places. And I just rub it down like that so that the paper that has wax on it, you know, can just make contact again with the paper and just transfer more of the wax in the melting process. Cool. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I want to take a bit of this and I think I want to use this piece right here. That's what I had in mind for my collage. So let me just put this down here and pick up some of this wax. Okay, it's nice just how, just kind of rub it off, and that just kind of smooths that layer so that any extra places where there's just extra wax laying, so it doesn't look like puddles. You don't want it to have like puddles on the paper. You really want it to have, oops, just tore that little piece. You really want it to have a smooth kind of look to it. It was actually a little rip there, that's why it tore. But so look at that. Look at how translucent it is. Can you believe that? Let me see. Put something underneath that we can sort of have the contrast. See? I mean, you can literally see through it. Look at that. It's amazing. So that's just writing paper that just went totally translucent. And it just is beautiful with this pattern on it. It just looks like that mica. I love it. I really love this glassine effect that it has. And then also I got rid of a lot of it, so then if you rub it like that, it'll be dull. If you want it to be a little shiny, just, you know, you can just reheat it with to get some of this, get some of the to get some of the wax off, but then it'll dry shiny again. So either way, it's your choice. Alrighty, so let's do this last piece here, and then we'll get to collaging. So I'll put this piece down, and I want to get some more of this on it. So I'm thinking that this copier paper should go clear too, especially if that writing paper did, and it was thicker. It was thicker than the copy paper because it had some cotton in it, a little bit of cotton bond. It might have been 10–15% in that one, but we'll see how this does. We already had that staining on it and the ink blots. I'm thinking it should be really good. Let's see. We shall see. Okay. This is so cool. I'm excited to see. That's why I'm sitting here. I'm all quiet and stuff. And I'm like holding my breath. Like, I wonder how this is going to come out. Ooh, it's looking good. I'll flip it over so I can get it on the other side. Let me make sure, always kind of smooth it so that the wax can make contact with the paper. And then it'll, like, because you can see how that's still dark there. You can see how it's white, and then this has gone translucent. So we want to get all of that to have wax melted on it. I might need to put a little bit more wax in those areas. Let me just do that. Let's get some there. Right there, some down here, just trying to put it in some of those places where it's still. Oh, the candle's just about gone here. I got a lot out of it though. Not that I don't have plenty of these. Okay, let's see if that'll do it. Yep, melting it right down. And just save the wax paper when you're done, because it's got a wax buildup on it now, which is nice. So the next time you go to do some, you can just reuse this over and over again, and they just kind of keep on using that wax. Okay, so look, it's all gone. Yeah. Oh, love it. Wow, look at that. I'm just kind of blotting it off a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rub some of this off so it's not so thick, and then I'll just heat it again just so it'll go a little shinier. Oh my goodness, look at that. It just went right translucent. Look at how gorgeous that is. Let me see if I can show you again. See how you can see through it? It's amazing. This worked well. This is just good old copier paper. So I'm just going to, because I wanted to have a little glazing, so I'm just going to glaze it up so I see a little glaze on it, and then I know I'm good. Put this to the side, and now we have that. It's got a nice little shine to it, like a glassine, and yet voila. Okay, so let's get to work in here. Bring this back. So I wanted to work this in over here. That's what I was thinking about, and I do love it. I love that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of this off the top, like that. And I want to get, okay, this is the whole thing will work on there. I wonder if I can use a little bit. I hadn't, this is all new. I hadn't tried this. This I didn't do on the other video because this is a whole new page. But I wondered, I just ripped that. So I wonder if I can get a little bit of the ink on that edge. It looks like it's doing it. Absorbing a little bit there. You get the black, because this is a cloudy sky, and on this now it does look blue. Sometimes it doesn't. It'll look. So I'm going to pull a little bit of this off. Let me see how I can take it. I'm going to get a little bit of that off because I don't want that. Okay, there. Let's get this black on top of it. You know, I don't really want it to come over the side. I just want it to, I just want to get it right on the edge, because you guys know how I like that sort of, that framing look of it, not so much. Well, that's nice like that. So let's do this on the bottom. So you're just really laying it, the pad straight on here so that it'll absorb, the ink will just start absorbing and running into the paper versus having it all, you know, hanging on the, kind of going over the edges and stuff. I don't really care for that much. Okay, so this is nice. I like. Alrighty, so that's going to go there. Where's one of my clips? Let's clip this down. Okay, so this is going to go here. Isn't it amazing how we can just see it all through there? I just love making this paper glassine, don't you all? Look how it just changes the whole nature of it all. And then we'll get a little bit of this. I'll make like a little pocket, but I think I'm going to do this one differently as opposed on the bottom. I think I'm going to create like this little side one. I don't know which side I'm going to use. I think I'll do it on this side. And I think I'm going to take this little piece that ripped just to kind of give it a little bit more of a, you know, a little bit more of an attitude. So it kind of just goes nicely in with this, because I didn't want to cover up a lot of this staining, because I like the staining too. So I'm going to put this little pocket there like that. So we'll have a place that'll slide in. Similar to what I did on that other spread, and then using one of my little, I'll use this, but I'm gonna use a different bit of I have this other dyed vintage see, where's the beginning of it? Oh, this is neat too, and this is some stuff that I made. I think I'll use this. This is just a piece of silk that I avocado dyed. I'm gonna put that in there. Let's use that. I was gonna use this, but I think I'm gonna use this. I like this. It's a bit unexpected, so we'll put that there. So this will go in here some kind of way on one of these places. I don't know where. We'll figure it out once I get that down. And this is that tape. This is some more of that tape that I got. This is the one that I was showing you guys that had the journalings from Leonardo da Vinci. from his journaling. So it's writing, it's script plus these journal pages, which I think are so cool. So I want to put that somewhere. But you know what I'll do? I know what I'm going to do with this. We're going to have some fun with that one. I know exactly what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to make that as an insert. So let's get this in place. And I'm going to use a little bit of this tape here. So I'm going to show you. This tape right here is some that I got when I was in France. So this is for all of you who live in France or who can shop at the Action, A-C-T-I-O-N, stores. They're like, this is like a variety store, sort of like our dollar stores here. But this is what it looked like. I just got it right over in the hardware section and what have you. And you can see it's different than the one, it's a different color than the one I get here in the States. See the difference in the color? And I like this color too. So I wanted to let you guys know, because when I was over there in France, I was doing a lot of just hunting around in different places, just the mainstream places, so I could sort of find stuff that I could share with you all. So if you haven't been able to find this tape, or like, what kind of tape is she talking about? And I said duct tape and what have you. This is what it looks like. And I know those Actions are all over France. So look for this. It was like €1.69, I think it was, or 160, well, €1.69, but you know, 169 euros. So yeah, so that's what it looks like. So we're going to use a bit of this. I already have some of it cut off up over here. So I just want to take some of this and put it down. Sorry, my hand got in the way of that. Just kind of want to put it down behind here, sort of where, just to kind of add a little difference there. So when we put this over it, we kind of get that kind of thing going, which I like. And let's see what I want to. I want to put something down here. What do I want to put down there? Maybe I'll just put a little bit of, I have some of this. Yeah, let's put some of that down there. Let me just rip a little bit of this off. That's kind of cool. Just to kind of add onto that edge. So let me get this and just to kind of add to finish that edge off and give it a little something different here. Do that. Okay. Just cut this off. Right. Perfect. Okay, so when we put this down, we just got a little differences going on there, which I like that. That's good. Alrighty. And let's see how we're going to put this down. I used this double-sided tape the other day when I did those others, and that really held it down well. But I want to see if this dot tape is sticky enough. Let me just see something here. You know, I don't know. This may be sticky enough. Let's try it. Let me also, I'm going to scrape up the back a little bit just to get a little bit of this wax off. Let's just see. Everything's worth a try. So I'm just getting a little bit of that wax off the back. So when I put this down, I think I'm going to leave just a little bit of a way in right here, just for the play of it. Let's just see. So, hold up. see? And I wanted to come around a little bit on this side. Just like a little tuck spot. So it feels pretty sticky. Let's just see how well we do here. Wow. That actually went down really good. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that really stuck. Okay, perfect. So it just gives us a little tuck spot there. So this is that from American Crafts. Dot tape. I used to use this all the time, and when I was cleaning up my studio the other day, I'm like, why am I not using this as much? Because that works really well too, especially for little things like this. So I love it. I think this is good so far. I'm gonna take and put a little bit of my old looking masking tape over the edge down here, just to kind of integrate, because I kind of have I sort of have a couple of edges going here that I don't really like. See, I have like a really sharp square edge right there. That little edge where this comes together is going to bother me. So I'm going to take a piece of this masking tape and just wrap it right under to the other side, which is fine, because it's like a neutral on this side. Anyhow, that just adds a little bit more interest there, and it just kind of integrates that, so it just is not so obvious that that's stopping, a piece of paper stopping there. So I like that. Okay, so this side is good. I'm happy with that. Perfect. Yay. Oh, also I pulled this out. So while you're at Action, for those of you who live in France and can kind of hit an Action store, I've heard that they're all over. I think they say there's like 60 of them or something in the country. So I got this stuff. This is this metallic watercolor paints. Oh, I really love it. I had only used the gold, but I'm here to tell you this stuff is really good. I think this was €1.79, €1.79. And it's very vibrant. So while you're there picking up the packing tape, if you see this, grab it. I wish I'd gotten more than one. It's actually made by Art Sensations in the Netherlands. So for those of you who are in the Netherlands, you probably can find this as well in some of the similar type of sort of like low-end art stores or like dollar stores, or the little, you know, whatever you guys have that are like the €1 or €2 kind of stores. But I'm going to show you the difference between it and the Karataki, because I was using that as well, and it's very impressive. I'm working on this book structure here, and this is what the gold in the Karataki looked like. I don't know if I'm saying that properly, but you can find them on the internet. And let me show you what the gold, what the one looks like that, okay, this is a perfect example. So this right here is this one right here, which actually, in a way, I kind of like it. It's like a little deeper, maybe a little better. You see? So this one is this right here. And the more expensive Karataki, which I do like that Karateki or Taki. I'll have to put the spelling in there. I do like those, so don't get me wrong. I like those a lot. But that's the gold with it. It's a different hue, so we can agree on that. Let me see if I can find a better one. It's definitely a different hue, which is okay. But for the amount of pigment in this one, like, hey, grab them, because this has got a lot of pigment in it. So I was really pleasantly surprised. This is another book structure that I was working on while I was in Europe. I bought all these handmade papers from this paper mill in France. beautiful paper. And actually I did some videos of me painting and showing you the technique, because I'm going to do another video using this aquarelle, which is founded in the French region in southern France. The La Pastels. So you guys who are there know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna do a video with these so you guys can see it, and then we're gonna keep on working that book structure. But in the meantime, I just wanted to make sure to tell you all about this, so that if you run there, then I don't want to then say, oh, by the way, when I get ready to do that one, you could have gotten these two. So just grab them. Oh, they're really nice. Okay, so let's finish this up. So on this side, I'm going to put our pocket down here. I do have one thing that I want to do. So I just want to, I'm going to shave some of that off the back here, just to kind of scruff it up and just make more of a surface for it to grab the tape. So this is going to go down here. So I'm going to do down this side, across the bottom, and I'm just going to go up the side just a little bit, just to kind of create more of a pocket type of thing. Okay. Okay, perfect. So just we have enough of a tuck spot to go down in, which is what I wanted. Like that, perfect. And then, let me see my little thingy here, which I want to put this, definitely want to put this on here. Let's see, where can we, so I want to have it so that, maybe we'll do it like, oh, I like it like that. Maybe something like that. So that this, because I want that fabric to kind of be on there, but I also don't want it to look like it's too, maybe on the edge, maybe like this. You know me, I don't like it to look too staged. Oh, I like it like that. So then we get this little bit hanging off the side, and okay, I like that. Sort of like that. And then I'm going to show you what we're going to do down here. Okay, so let me just put that there. I like that. And then I'm going to show you, come back to this. Boy, do I have a lot to show you. I have this idea here. So let me grab a piece of paper. Let's just grab a piece of stained, tea stained paper like this. And my idea is to make a quick little zine to put in our book here out of this, because it's like pages. So let's just see how we can do this. Put it down. Okay. Let's cut that. Alrighty. Because this tape has, I'll show you, let me just get it down. It's like pages from his manuscripts. And I actually have books. I have one of the books that I actually got years ago when I was in, where was it? Where is his? It's not Florence. Michelangelo, David is in, oh my God, I have it's not Florence. Oh my goodness. Where's the Uffizi? What city is it in? You guys know. Anyway, I got some books at the museum there of his journals, because he was an avid journaler too. He kept a lot of journals, and these are like pages from his journals. I recognize it immediately on this tape. I love it. So those are like 2-page spreads. So what I thought was cool when we were working here just now, I'm like, wait a minute, we can just turn that right into a zine, and then on the back we'd have room to write. So I think what I'm gonna do is, because I have a lot of room in this pocket, so I think what I'm gonna do is just fold it to about this dimension. And we'll do it like a accordion. Fold, and then we'll bring it back like that. So we have it. So we have this little zine as a fold out. Let's do it like this. So how cool is that? So it's like a little zine fold out that we made real quick from the tape. Actually, I want to fold it this way. I kind of like it. Oh, I like it like this. So I like that little purple mark. So we'll just fold it like that. And then we'll stick it right in here. So that's cool. So we have a place to stick our little zine. And then I want to use, I was in the mood to do some scripting. So I'm going to do some scripting on this page. Take this out right now. So, and I want to script like around the ink blots. That's what I was thinking. I'm going reverse with my scripting because I also get sort of a different line with it, and I like that. You can see that. So I kind of want to, sometimes I reverse it. I've been playing with this sort of more looser kind of more kana versus kanji scripting, and I love it. So just kind of force my hand to do something a little different. I'm just going to fill the page up with this movement. This is always so meditative for me. I love it. I'm going to work it around the ink blot. I just had a visual for what that would look like. So you can see how I get in a groove with my scripting. It's just like, I just go right into meditative mood. I'm not talking or anything. Oh, goodness. I love it. That was the visual I had when I was preparing this. As I was thinking about, I was actually getting ready to upload the one that I made. And then when I realized in my shock and horror that some kind of way it had gotten deleted or whatever, because it was definitely there after I taped it. But I was cleaning up my my desktop the other day, and I did move things to various files, but maybe some kind of way I accidentally deleted it, thinking I had saved it and didn't. I don't know what I did, honestly. So I'm in a state of shock, like, oh my goodness, I need to upload the videos today. It's Monday. Everybody's going to be looking for them, and I can't find it. And the time that I was wasting looking for it, I decided, wait a minute, let's just do another one. Like, how easy is it because I have another spread that I want to do anyway, so let's just do it. So that's what got me to where we are. Okay, so perfect. I really like how the scripting just outlines the ink blot like that. Okay, so now this is going to go in here like this, which is our little journaling, and then this is going to hang off the side. So I'm going to put some tape, some of this right down there like that. So this will just go like that, and then this one is going to go over it, and I'm going to use, for this I'll use some of the score tape, double-sided tape. Get a little piece, that's all we need. Alrighty, just cut some of that off. Alrighty, and this is looking good. This is what I had in mind when I was looking at this page and just thinking about, you know, just becoming inspired to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna put this down right here. Okay, so that's on there nice and tight. And here we are, we're done. Look at that. Wow, we got the papers glazed. We have this yummy little zine in here. So just think about it. I mean, this is a great way to use this wider tape with all different kind of patterns on it. Just kind of create a quick little zine to put in our folio. Love that. With our mock glassine, a little scripting, a little echo dyed silk, and our glue gun wax seal. And I'm gonna show you, I'll show you guys how to do that. So that'll be a future video, like very soon. And some of this yummy tape. Look how well that tape blends in with this color of that. I love it. So there we have it. So we're all done. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. And the next video I'm gonna put up is going to be our work in the palm book, because we're going to be finishing that up as well. Alrighty, so take care, and thanks again for all your support. Love you all, and happy creating. Bye-bye.